Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and this video. Okay, so you're asking me, Kemi, what are we doing today? And the answer is, I'm here to tell you why I'm reading to zero. So if you've heard of the Reading to Zero challenge, then you'll probably know why I'm here. But the Reading to Zero challenge is basically where you have your physical TBR in your house and you read till there's none left, okay? Hence, Reading to Zero. The people who I've watched who have kind of given inspiration to my Reading to Zero is Jacqueline, right? I love her so much, Jacqueline. She did Reading to Zero and she actually managed to make it to zero. I was actually in awe of that because I know personally I don't think that's going to happen for me, or it's going to take a very, very long time. Alternatively, Emma from Drinking by My Shelf, she kind of does a Reading to Zero in with her Balancing the Books, which again, I love that series. It's amazing. And yeah, so basically she's trying to, every month she has to kind of reduce or keep the same her physical TBR so that it doesn't grow, it doesn't get any bigger than it currently is, and in the long term will reduce it. So that's kind of my inspiration for this video. And when I say this video, I literally just mean in general my entire life, because I've got a lot of books here and I haven't read that many. I was kind of putting this video off until I had all of the stats for you, but that's just going to take too long. I'm just going to tell you the stats that I have currently. I know that it's not all of the stats because I've got like this stack of books and the stack behind which haven't been added. You'll understand the vibe from the stats that I do have. According to the stats that I've got here, I own about 326. As I said, that's not up to date. It hasn't got the brand new stuff. But from these 326 that I did have, I have read or like aren't included in reading, so kind of like a massive omnibus or something like that. From that, I've read 107, which if you can do quick maths, you'll see that I've read roughly 33% of all of the books I've read. But even if we add the new ones, which I haven't gotten to, that's still like 30%, which is actually better than I thought it was. I thought it was a lot worse than that, but it's still not 100%, obviously, you know. So I am trying to read more, because what's the point in having all of these books when I'm not reading them? And I think especially the reason why I want to do this for me is because of the fact that, like, when I first started buying books, I bought a lot of books that I don't think I'm really that interested in now. I think it would be good for me to try and do this challenge because it will force me to get rid of some of these stuff and to unhaul it. Now, I don't think I'm going to do like an unhaul challenge, right, where I then like immediately have to get rid of it, because I think that would be too harsh on me and I'll just end up resenting this game, or like, you know, I don't know if it's a game, but do you know what I mean? I'll just end up resenting it and not wanting to do it, and then I'll be like cheating and like trying to cut things out of videos, do you know what I mean, so that you won't know that I'm cheating, right? And I just don't want to do all of that. But I feel like if I pick up books and I don't read them, it will encourage me to then, when I am doing an unhaul, be like, actually, let me get rid of these because they are clogging it up and I am trying to read to zero, if that makes sense. Another reason why I think it's important for me to do this is because I don't read physically very much. So what's the point again of having all of these books if I'm not going to read it? And I know that some people are like book collectors as well as book readers, but I'm not. I don't really have much physical attachment to the actual physical books. You know, I just care about ingesting the story. Like books that I love, obviously I want to have them on my shelves, but you kind of want to have them as on your shelf because you want to read them again, and because of the, do you know what I mean? It's not really the actual physical aesthetics of a book really that gets me. And so basically I don't read physically, and there's a whole reason why I don't read physically. Should I go into it? I think so. I've been reading a lot electronically since I was about, let me say 11. I had my Wattpad era, yes I did, but then also after that I've just read a lot electronically because it's cheaper and it's easier access to books, especially when I'm 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and I don't have any money, really and truthfully. Well, like, oh, that's a lie, obviously you have like money from your parents, but that is like not that much money, and so you don't really have money to, well, let me not say you, but I didn't really have that much money to put into buying books, so I just did what I could to read books, okay? I'm not gonna lie to you. All of this to say that then after that, I kind of graduated to audiobook, and I read a lot now through audiobook. So now the majority of my reading is audio and ebook. That just means that now when I can afford to buy books, even though I don't really afford to buy like brand new books most of the time, but when I can afford to at least buy a lot of these books with just second hand anyway, I actually need to read them, because because otherwise I won't, because I don't actually pick things up physically. So that's the whole reason why, me personally, I need to challenge myself to literally come and pick out a book, because otherwise it's not gonna happen. And what is the point? So that's the whole idea. But now let me talk to you about like what am I actually going to do to read to zero. So I'm just going to start with TBR jars. Now, if you've been watching my TBR so far, you will have seen my TBR jar, but I've kind of like actually finished it and like graduated it into this little pot right here, right? Which is just, actually, let me give you a hack right now. It's just, this used to be a candle, okay? But all you do, guys, is you put boiling water into your old candle pots, and then as it cools, it will like, all the wax will like rise to the top, and then you'll have like a thick layer of wax, and then when it's dry, you can like, and then you can take out a whole circle of wax, and then you just like give this a quick scrub, and then you've got a perfect container, right? Both of these were candles. Was that necessary? No. Will I keep it in? Maybe. This is what I've done, because I think this is the best way for me to do it. Really, truly, I think I read about 3 books a month physically, but maximum is 6. When I pick every month, I'm not going to be picking 20, 10, I think I'm going to probably pick about 3, because that's a realistic challenge. It depends how I feel that month. I'm a mood reader, so telling myself to just like pick a book and read it, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So I've got these prompts which allow me some flexibility, and also it just makes it more fun, right? So I'm just got a whole list of like random prompts. There's no rhyme or reason to the color scheme. Maybe I should have done that. Maybe I should have, but I haven't. It's just random colors. Like, for example, should we have a look at this one at the top? This one is book to movie / TV adaptation. I will say that, you know, a lot of the prompts, I don't know if they're that like specific and niche, because as I said, I want to read off my shelves. This isn't just of any book that I can get access to. It's books that will fit prompts on my shelves. So I might be a bit free with them. I might bend them all. But again, this is my challenge, and that's the objective. Now, talking about the second jar, this is my quote-unquote punishment, because I just don't think it's realistic for me to punish myself like by reading extra books or all of that. Or maybe a punishment could be to unhaul a book. Here's what I was thinking. I was thinking that every time I don't read at least 50%, I want to say at least 50% of the books I've drawn from here, I'm going to pick one of these. And what these are TBR games. Okay, these are TBR games from lots of people on YouTube, on Booktube. And I've just decided to throw them in there. And so that means the next month I'll have to use their TBR to create my own and only pick from my shelves again. So that way it adds a bit of variation for me, for you guys. It's fun. I'm playing games. It keeps it fun and fresh, but it's also a bit different. I might sometimes randomly pick from here, I guess. You know, I don't know. But this is what this is so far. So for example, let's pick this one out. For example, this one is, can you see? This one is Toby's Zodiac Wheel of TBR. So obviously I don't have physical access to all of these. Sometimes maybe I can reach out and they'll play a few rounds for me. Other times maybe I'll watch their TBR and see if any of their books I have on my shelves. Sometimes maybe I'll recreate it at home. That's the idea with this. So let me guys know what you think about this, obviously, because this is still in its infancy. Like, I haven't really sorted out what I'm going to do with it, but I think that would be fun. So yeah, that's my reading to zero prompt. As I said, we're roughly 33% right now. And it's only going to get better from here. Let me know if you have any other ideas or any other adjustment for me. I think this is going to be the best way. Just me and some TBR jars on my shelves, okay? I'm already bursting out at the seams from books, as you can tell by the fact that I've got 2 stacks here. Let's not talk about it. And the fact that these, to be honest, these aren't fully like stacked behind these, but there are stacks behind these. Well, actually, look, this is another space that I can put some books, but like, look, the fact that there's stacks on either sides tells you that I'm already out of space. I do need to get a new bookshelf, but I don't want to get a new bookshelf right now because that's only going to encourage me to buy more books. And as I said, that's not what I want. And tell me what you think about like just randomly playing other people's games, because I love, do you know what? Part of the thing about being in a community is being able to lean on other people, and that's what I like about Booktube. I love the variety of Booktube, and I love the cleverness, and I love watching other people play TBR games. But the thing is, I love all of the different games, and I want to shout out all the different games that I can see on YouTube. I want to be able to like pay homage to people, you know. I want to say like, go, if you like me playing 3 rounds of this, go to their channel, like go watch them, go follow them. I know I don't have a big channel, but like, do you know what I mean? The idea of just embracing and celebrating everybody else's TBRs, you know? So yeah, on that note, if you know anybody who has a TBR, please drop it down in the description, like a TBR game, drop it down in the description and comment it. Because I would say this is sparse, but it's not exactly full, is it? You know what I mean? We still have a lot of space for a lot more TBR games, and I've had a scroll. I feel like this could still get fuller, and we could still have a few more people. So anyone's original TBR games, please let me know. And yeah, so that's that for this video, and that explains why I'm reading to zero and what the hell is going on, why I randomly started pulling out prompts in my TBR, and why I keep hinting to reading to zero challenge. On that note, I'm super thirsty. I just came home from work and like I'm super tired. Like, I mean, this video, I hope I don't look that tired. I hope I look presentable. I hope you're like, oh, she looks beautiful, thank you. I don't think I look beautiful, but I hope you say I look beautiful. Not be begging for compliments. No, I'm joking, but all of this to say, I'm going now. So yeah, please like and subscribe and help me out as a channel, and I'll see you guys later. Peace and love. Peace and love, guys.